What up, everybody? I just wanted to come on here and speak about something real quick that got to do with Fat Joe. I see a lot of people saying that Fat Joe needs to apologize. No, he don't. He don't need to apologize. He could keep that. For real. We should let him keep that. Because if he does apologize at this point, he's only doing it because of money. And he's not. The same way Vlad didn't apologize to the minister when he lied on him. And that's the reason he doesn't get a lot of black support to this day. So it should be the same for Fat Joe. This is something that Fat Joe does. Like on his ID, on his government shit, it says white. This is what a lot of them do, right? And a lot of us as black people, we say, oh, the Puerto Ricans got black in them, Puerto Rican. That's like saying Americans got black in them. Puerto Rican is not a race. It's not a race. They have white Puerto Ricans and they have black Puerto Ricans. Fat Joe's a white Puerto Rican. And for years, he has gotten away with certain stuff. And we let it because we thought he was really on our side. We thought he was down. He was corny. Because I never liked Fat Joe. Ever. I never liked his music. The only time I started liking his shit was after Pun came. And I write rhymes. Anybody that's been on my page know, like, I've been an artist. I did music videos. I did a lot. I've been in this music shit for a minute. So I could tell when somebody's being wrote for. Like, I could tell when somebody's writing or saying somebody else's rhymes. The first time I saw Fat Joe and knew that Pun was writing for him, because he changed too much. And again, like I said, I never liked no Fat Joe music. I never liked none of his albums. All that You Gotta Flow, Joe, that shit was trash. Now, it's some people that said they liked it. All right, no problem. I never liked it. The shit was trash to me. And he didn't even write that. King's son wrote Flow Joe. So back to the subject though. When I did like him, I could tell it was Pun writing his shit. It was that Ben's Jeep song. And the line that he said, when it's beef, we call Raul, Daul, and Drago. We go to war with a bottle. Simple as that. Flip out the Mac and cripple a cat. That's Pun, nigga. That's Pun. Pun made you hot, nigga. Once he came, you ain't have to do nada. Pun was that nigga. Pun knew how to make hits. That's why your music changed after he died. It's some of them that don't know what they looking at. So when you make shit like, what's love? Got to do. Notice, number one, it's other people on that shit. Fat Joe do got an ear. He got a good ear. He's a good producer. Not the type of producer that makes the beats. He's a good executive producer. He got a good ear. I'll give him that. So he know what a good beat sound like, and he know how to format a song. He knows when to talk about some Versace, and he knows when to talk about the 300 niggas that's with him. He knows there's a certain format to it. Before Pun came, he was just rapping like on some fat Puerto Rican nigga from the Bronx shit. And then after Pun came, Pun showed him. Pun was a fat 600-pound sex symbol. The bitches loved him. And I want to do a video on Cuban Link. Why Fat Joe hated Cuban Link so much. Cuban Link was a double threat, bro. Y'all might not remember. Go back and look at Cuban's video, Telling Lies. My man, all the bitches love Cuban Link. I remember this time. They loved Cuban so much, he didn't know what to do with it. Like because Cuban was a street nigga. Cuban reminded me of me in a sense of, he was a pretty boy. When I was young, oh my God, I was a pretty boy. But I wasn't a pretty boy. I didn't like that term. And I would go above and beyond to show niggas. Don't call me that, yo. I'm gonna show you how much of a pretty boy I'm not, nigga. Cuban was like that. He was a boxer. He used to like to box, so he showed niggas. But the bottom line is still, the girls loved him. So I remember the girls going goo goo gaga over Cuban. He was like a fucking Cuban LL Cool J. So had Cuban been pushed like he was supposed to, he would have eclipsed Joe. And he possibly would have eclipsed Pun. I know a lot of people gonna say, oh. No, my nigga, understand something. And Pun was a sex symbol, don't get it twisted. The girls loved him. Girls that didn't even like fat niggas loved Pun. Because they all used to say the same thing. His face is so handsome, he got a pretty face. But Cuban was a triple, double, quadruple threat, nigga. He could rap. He was handsome. The broads loved him. And he wasn't fat. Like, nah. So the bitches would have been all over Cuban, nigga. Joe didn't want that. Joe was jealous of him. He used to be able to write rhymes for Joe. He was writing rhymes. And if you go back and listen to fucking Cuban, who was the second nicest nigga in Terror Squad? Cuban, nigga. Cuban and Pun, listen to them niggas on a record together, bro. Cuban standing right with him. He don't sound like, oh, like he didn't rap, Pun didn't rap so good that he made Cuban sound like shit. Nah, them niggas was equals, bro. Go back and listen. Listen to Cuban rap right now. And that's another thing that pisses me off with people. They act like a nigga can't still rap. Like, all the best MCs are over 40. Fuck is you talking about? I'm supposed to be watching my language too, but I just certain stuff I get excited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop, yo, I love this shit. But so the bottom line is this. Fat Joe's a white Puerto Rican, yo. We don't need your fucking apology, yo. Take that apology and shove it up your asshole, Fat Joe. And not that he's going to give it, because he's not going to give it. You know why? Because he feels like, why should I have to say sorry to them Morenos? To them Cocolos? I'm saying sorry to them. They beneath me. That's why it's hard for him to admit that hip-hop was made by black people, nigga. How can something that I love so much, that I dedicated my life to, be completely and 100% made up from them Cocolos? Remember what Cuban said. And Cuban a real one. He won't shit on you just because he don't like you. Like, he gonna tell the truth. And Cuban said, who used to tell those racist jokes? Fat Joe and Macho. Look at the color of both of them. Those are the two pastiest niggas in Terror Squad. Fuck his apology. Fuck everything about Fat Joe. It's certain stuff that I want to say, but I ain't going to say it because it's just going to make me look worse. Or make me look bad. But the bottom line is, Fat Joe's support needs to end in the hood. Next time niggas see him, they need to fill his car with so many eggs and anything else that they can pick up and throw at that shit, that his car looks like trash. It needs to look like one big piece of garbage. Let that fat fuck stay in Florida where he belongs. You heard? Now he gonna try to get sympathy because his brother just died. Because Money Man died. And don't get it twisted, I'm not gonna talk about his brother, like, because his brother didn't do shit. He did it. But the crazy part is, when his brother was alive, he called him a drug addict. He never showed his brother love. Like, and his brother is the reason he became who he was. His brother is the reason that he was able to get onto the Apollo with his non-talent having ass. His brother is the reason that Hot 97 played his music before Cool G rap. He was the first artist played on Hot 97 when it turned into a rap station. Why? Because Money Man had the bread. And you shitted on that nigga. And that's supposed to be your brother. All he does is shit on people that got him where he is. Fat Joe is a fat, nasty, sloppy, sweaty, miserable piece of shit. He is. And I hope more of us are starting to see who he is and pull all the support, because the system is about to stand behind him super strong. But he should never be able to come back. And I wish his sneaker store was in a black neighborhood, because it's safe in Washington Heights. But if that shit was in Harlem, and like Jim Jones got a song saying, if you in the Heights, you still in Harlem. I get what he's saying, but nah, you not. You not in Harlem. You up there with the Dominican. I'm from there. 160th between Amsterdam and Broadway. That ain't Harlem. All Dominican land up there. And they not gonna burn their store down. They like it being up there. Because he's an honorary Dominican. Even though Puerto Ricans and Dominicans got a real bad relationship. When somebody got money, you know how that changes. But we need to kick this fat, roly-poly, stinking ass, sloppy fuck the fuck out of hip-hop. For real. Peace.